What's up, guys? Welcome back to JodabeniTV. Today's another amazing day to get out there. We're gonna be better today than we were yesterday. Alright, guys, so recently on my Instagram I posted that, if you had any questions about the UPSL, let me know so I can answer them today. And today has come, and I got several questions that I believe that were important questions, so I'm going to be answering those and sharing it with you all. Right now, that's one of my housemates, Noe.
What's up?
He's a senior. He used to play with UCRGV, but now he's finishing up his classes so he can move on to the next level. So right now, I'm going to take you guys to where I'm going to be pretty much going to be talking to you guys about the UPSL. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe button so you can stay updated with all the daily content. Alright guys, let's get this video started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about the UPSL. So I'm going to be explaining as much details as possible so you can get a core understanding of what the UPSL is. So if you're wondering who I am, my name is Jodabeni. I am a former UPSL player. I did play with Houston FC, which is based in Houston. I played there for about 2 years. So I'm gonna be telling you guys information about the league for those who are in it and those who aren't. And I've got more news from all the questions that everybody asked me on my Instagram. I'm gonna be implementing it into this video so that you can understand this and people later on in the future don't ask the same questions. So first of all, what is UPSL? UPSL stands for United Premier Soccer League. It's currently in the 4th division of the USA Soccer Pyramid. It's not an official professional league, but yes, it's considered as a semi-professional. There's approximately 7 leagues in the UPSL alone. There's Division 1, there's Division 2, there's Division 3, there's a Masters Division, and there's a Youth Division, and there's a Women's Division. Those make up 6, so maybe you're wondering what is the 7th division? The 7th division, I put it at the end because it's the futsal division and it doesn't have the same amount of players. So most of the time, even if you go on the website, they only focus on the top 6. But yes, there's a futsal division for those who are interested. So currently in the UPSL league, there's currently more than 300 teams. So if you're trying to get on a UPSL team, most likely there's one near you and they're easy to find. So the first question I received was, should you go to the D8 Academy teams or play on a UPSL team? So in my opinion, this is my opinion and my opinion alone, I believe if you can find an MLS D8 Academy team, that would be your best bet. The reason being is, if you join a UPSL team, there is no promise that a professional scout or a professional coach will be able to see you. But most MLS Academy teams, they scrimmage the professional teams, especially the U18 teams or the U23. For an example, Houston Dynamo, they're always scrimmaging their U23 USL 2 team. If you're on there versus the UPSL, you're gonna get more eyesight from the coaches themselves. And there's a lot of players who excel in the MLS Academy teams, where instead of having them trial, they just move them up because they see them train every day. If the coach is interested in you, he'll just come watch your training because chances are you're training on the same facility as the pro athletes. But either way, if you're gonna be playing on UPSL or the academy team, it still requires a lot of work if you're trying to move on to the next level, because there's kids who play on the MLS Academy team but never make it pro. And then there's some kids that play on other teams and do make it. So the next question I was asked was, what are the benefits of actually playing in the UPSL? So as of right now, there's a lot of us who, once we graduate high school, you don't really have a form of highlights to use. And the good thing about playing in the UPSL is not only do you get to play with better athletes, every single game is recorded. So even if you don't want to play in the UPSL as much as everybody is saying, you can just play there and use it as a source to receive new highlights. And then from there, you can put it in your CV and send it to professional teams. Another benefit of playing in the UPSL is there's a lot of players who are joining the UPSL because they have a desire to go pro. And the difference from playing in high school or other miniature clubs is these guys want to go pro. So they're not just going there for the heck for the fun. It's no longer Sunday league, but they have a bigger ambition, meaning you're gonna be playing with people who have a more competitive spirit. So there's nobody jogging around just relaxed. Now you have to get better to dominate on the field. And overall, this will make you a better player whenever you're ready for that trial or if you're trying to go to a college and play. The next question that was asked is, how often do UPSL players go pro? So as of right now, there's no official record or statistics that show all the UPSL players that have gone pro. But back when I was playing with Houston FC, there's a team in my division called Atletico Katy. That year, my last year with them, Atletico Katy signed 3 other players with pro teams in South America. But in that case, it was because the head coach had good contacts in South America. So that means if you're gonna be joining a UPSL team, you may wanna ask the coaches, ask them, just be like, is there any players that have moved on to the professional league from your team? And if you know any other teams that has good contacts, I'd advise you to go over there. Because as of right now, context is key. Because they're gonna put, if you get a coach that has a lot of contacts, he'll put in good word for you, and boom, you get trial, and there's a better chance for you to get signed. But if you join a team that has no contacts, it's gonna be so much harder. You're gonna have to do all the dirty work yourself, finding your own agent or scout so he can go and message all these other coaches so they can have a look at you. So another question I received was, will playing in the UPSL help develop a player? So if you're a player who's under 18 and you currently play on a high school team, I would advise you to get on a UPSL team or a DA Academy team. The benefits of playing on a UPSL team versus Academy is you get to play with kids who are so much older than you. But if you're on a DA Academy team, you're gonna be restricted in playing with kids in your age group because there's U19, U23, but you're no longer gonna be breaking out of your bracket. But if you play with UPSL, you can be 16 and be playing with somebody who's 35 with much more experience. Even though they might not be as physically fit or athletic as you, but their brains is gonna make you think even harder. So yes, if you play in the UPSL, it's gonna benefit you way more than if you're in high school or any other lower league or Sunday league. So how old do you have to be to play in the UPSL? So far, a lot of teams are asking their players to be 16, but when I was playing with Houston FC, we had players who were 14, some of them 14 and 15 that our coach will let get on just so they can get that experience. So I believe that it was really helping them because they were running up against grown men, and whenever they're excelling, whenever they play kids their size, they're not even gonna be scared. So their confidence level is gonna rise to a different level. So the final question was somebody asking me, how would I compare the UPSL and Division I soccer? So in my opinion, I'd say everything is the same. The only difference is speed of play is the biggest difference. In UPSL, there was games where like everything was slow. You can watch the ball movement and the intensity wasn't as high. But in Division I level, there's so much at stake. Everybody has to be sharp on their first touch. Everybody has to pass the ball even faster. And there are players who play in the UPSL that can definitely play Division I, but collectively, there's more better players on the pitch at once playing each other, which makes the Division I level at a higher intensity. So if you're dominating a UPSL and you want to play in the Division I soccer team, I believe it's possible. So just make sure you keep working hard and don't give up. Now, the only bad thing I can say about the UPSL is not all teams are free. Some teams will charge you to play. On my own team, I had to pay approximately like $300 for the whole season, for the whole year, something like that. But if you're on an academy DA team, most of the time they cover all expenses, travel expenses, so you don't have to worry about that. And even sometimes teams will give their whole team cleats and gear. So this video comes to a conclusion. If you still have other questions about the UPSL League, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the information,